Hey, what's up, everybody? I've got another vlog for you guys here. Finally, I haven't did a vlog. I think last time was 7 days ago, maybe. I'm not sure. But I've been pretty busy with a new game I bought last week on Thursday. That was I bought The Last of Us, as you can see in the title, probably. Um, so in this vlog, I want to share my experiences with the game and of course my impressions so far. But I'm gonna only do the impressions of the single player, not the multiplayer, and I'm gonna try to not spoil anything. So that's gonna be a bit of a challenge for me, but I think I'll make it. Alright, so The Last of Us, yeah, so that's a PlayStation 3 exclusive survival horror action adventure game. Yeah, that's a lot. The release of the game was on the 14th of June. The game itself takes place 20 years from now, so 20 years after a massive zombie infection outbreak spread around the world. The main protagonists are Joel and Ellie. You mostly play as Joel in the single player. He is probably around his 40s or maybe even 50s. I'm not sure because in the game nobody actually says his age or anything. So I'm guessing it's around 40 or maybe 50 years. He is a very serious person. He doesn't like to joke around a lot. He really takes this survival thing serious and shit. And Ellie is actually like the complete opposite of Joel. I mean, she is a 14-year-old, and let's see what. Wow, man, I've played it too much. Sorry, I'm a little tired, so whatever. I'll just try to do it better. Whatever. All right, so yeah, she's 14 years old. She doesn't quite take this whole situation seriously. She likes to joke around a lot, and well, let's see here. She even has a joke book with her in case things just get too boring for her. She just whips out the good old joke book and starts reading some really weird ass jokes, but whatever. They're actually quite funny, but just weird at the same time, you know. Let's see here. So yeah, as I said, she's 14, and the zombie outbreak happened like 20 years from now. So she actually hasn't lived in our world as we know it right now. So she can't really imagine how our world was, like how we live nowadays, simply as that. So yeah, they pretty much live in this post-apocalyptic world, and nature obviously takes over just because there's less and less human activity every day. Just nature just does everything. No pun intended. Does everything. No pun intended. Anyway, they go on an adventure across whole the United States of America, and they meet all sorts of people, humans and zombies. But I'll talk more about the actual gameplay and the different kinds of humans and zombies later on. Alright, so before the release of the game, I wasn't quite interested in the game at all. Like, I have never actually shown interest in zombie survival games. I saw lots of hype around The Last of Us, and I was like, I just don't understand what does it make so awesome? Why is it so awesome? But I hadn't seen any trailers prior to the release, anything. I only saw a few images of the game, but that's about it. Let's see here. And I also watched a few days before I bought the game. I watched about 10 minutes of gameplay from a live stream from a group of podcasters I follow on YouTube. So about a week before the game released, the reviewers came with their scores and impressions, and I looked at the scores with my jaw dropped to the floor. I mean, literally, almost every reviewer gave the game a 10 out of 10 score, which is a very, very rare thing to happen nowadays, because nowadays almost every game just doesn't isn't as good as the developers say it would be, or it will be. It's just so yeah, this actually came quite as a surprise for me. I didn't expect so many 10 out of 10 scores. It's just a rare thing to happen. Another game earlier in this game that also earlier in this year, another game, BioShock Infinite had this, not exactly as many, but they also had a lot of 10 out of 10 scores. But I kind of let that game slide. I mean, I at that time I wasn't quite interested in first-person shooters anymore, and let's see here. So yeah, I decided not to buy BioShock Infinite just because of the reason that it's a first-person shooter. I wasn't really into it. But yeah, I bet that game is a pretty good game as well. It's just whatever, like maybe one day when it's a little cheaper I'll buy it, but I think when it's a little cheaper I will probably already have PlayStation 4 and their games, so I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I don't want to go all the way off topic here, so let me go back on topic. After I saw those reviews for The Last of Us, I kind of got more interested in the game. I mean, come on, like who wouldn't be more interested if you see those reviews, right? I still didn't look for trailers or any extra pictures since the day I saw those reviews. I waited for that group of podcasters which I mentioned earlier to give their impressions of the game, because I usually before I buy, well actually, yeah, when I'm still like not sure whether I should buy a game or not, I kind of see if they are going to talk about it. And they did actually talk about The Last of Us a lot. So after listening to their impressions, which were quite positive, well actually really positive, I decided to go to the store and just buy The Last of Us. Like whatever, 60 euros, not too much. That probably was the best choice I ever made. Hold on, let me just fix something here in just a second. There we go. Yep. Sorry. So yeah, I bought the game on the 20th of June, 6 days after it released worldwide. And since that day, I have pretty much been playing the game non-fucking stop. I mean, I have not played anything else other than The Last of Us since that day. Just literally just non-fucking stop. Nothing else. As soon as I had the chance to play it, I just played it. That's pretty much how I roll with this game, at least. I mean, yeah, I would just turn on my fucking PlayStation and play it, simple as that. So, since the 20th of June, which is 8 days ago, I've played the game for around 40 hours. Probably a little longer than that. So yeah, that means for the people who are not too great in math, that I've on average played a little more than 5 hours every day since I bought the game. So yeah, now that I'm actually looking back at that, I kind of think that's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, 5 hours a day is way too much. But whatever. I mean, as I said, as soon as I have the chance to play it, I play it. It's obviously, since I've done with school, I don't have anything else to do, so I have more time for myself and for gaming as well. Which is why I've played the game so much, simple. But it's not just because I have more free time, but the main reason, I think the main reason, because the main reason, why I've played the game so much is just because the game is simply magnificent. I mean, it's really addicting. As soon as you start playing, you just don't want to stop anymore. You know, it's just that's the feeling. I don't really get that much in games anymore lately. The Last of Us kind of brought that feeling back to me now. Um, you just never feel too bored with it, you know. So let me just make myself clear here. I have only played the single player of the game so far, not multiplayer. I haven't even touched a second of the multiplayer. I have seen a few short gameplay videos of that group of podcasters, but that's about it. Just nothing else have I seen of the multiplayer. So yeah, 40 hours of single player gameplay, and I'm still not bored with it. I'm still enjoying the single player like there's no tomorrow. And no, the single player doesn't take 40 hours or longer to finish. Actually, my first playthrough, I believe, that took me almost 17 hours to finish, and that was on normal difficulty. So I guess on easy it would be like 16, 15 hours for me maybe, and so yeah, on normal, actually, just on normal, I finished it in 17 hours. Let's see here. So after finishing the game on normal, I played the single player campaign once more, but then I played it on survivor difficulty, which is the highest difficulty of the game. Let's see here. Luckily, it's not as hard as I was actually expecting. I was expecting a super duper hard difficulty. Like most games, the super duper hard difficulty is actually like super duper hard and almost impossible. But Survivor really isn't that hard. I mean, of course it's difficult because as soon as you get hit, you lose a lot of health. But you can actually avoid being hit by just being stealthy in the game. So it's not really a big deal. Actually, when I finished my first Survivor playthrough, it actually was 1 hour less than my original playthrough on normal. So actually, that survival playthrough was quite easy if I would compare it with normal. So yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, I wasn't expecting that at all, but whatever, you know. Like, I guess I was used to playing. I was used to the whole gameplay mechanic and shit, and I knew where what was. So yeah, I kind of knew what to do. Let's see here. So after finishing the game on survivor difficulty, I yet again I went for another playthrough, but that time I went for the Survivor Plus difficulty. So Survivor Plus is simply the same as Survivor, but the only difference is that you already have the upgrades and the unlocks from your previous game, you know. So everything I had already unlocked and upgraded in my first Survivor playthrough, I already had that in Survivor Plus. So actually Survivor Plus, you can see it, actually a little bit easier than Survivor. So whatever. So you might be wondering, why are you doing that? Why are you playing that single player so dang much? Well, my explanation is quite simple actually. I just want to get the single player trophies as quick as possible, so I'm done with that, and so I can play multiplayer the whole damn time. I just want to get the platinum trophy as quick as possible, so I'm done with that as well. I don't know why I like trophies that much. I mean, I don't know. Actually, since the first trophy, I've pretty much been addicted to trying getting trophies as much as possible. It's just weird. I mean, whatever, you know, whatever. Let's see here. But yeah, the cool thing about playing the single player more than once is that every time you play it, how do you say that? You discover more things in every playthrough. So like in this last playthrough, I mean right now, I actually noticed this um, a few more rooms with all sorts of supplies, which I didn't even see in my first two playthroughs. So I was kind of surprised to find those two rooms. No, actually not two, but a few rooms, and well, that actually made it quite fun again. Like, holy shit, I actually found something new again. Wow. So yeah, uh, time to talk about the gameplay. I've had enough of this. The gameplay is realistic. Let's start with that. With that, I mean that you can't go Rambo through all of the missions. It's just, or through all the battles. I'm sorry, through all the battles. You have to stay stealthy as much as possible. You do get guns in the game, but you don't get that much ammo. That's the problem mostly. That you have to try and use your weapons as less as possible, or your guns as less as possible, because you want to keep as much ammo as possible. But on easy difficulty, I've noticed my brother has played it on easy, and he said that he could just he almost never had any problems with his ammo. So I guess on easy you can get more supplies and ammo from different places than on normal and hard and survivor. Um, let's see here. But I would not play the game on easy. If you're gonna start playing the game, I do not recommend doing it on easy because I don't think it's as much fun as on normal, and I also don't recommend playing it on hard because that would be, I think that's way too hard. I actually had a bit of trouble on normal sometimes as well. Not big trouble or anything, but just I was having a little tough time because of the low ammo count and shit. But whatever, I managed to get through it quite easily. So yeah, if you're going to play the game, I recommend playing it on normal and not on easy, not on hard, just normal. That's just perfect. Normal is perfect. Not you don't have to go. You don't have to go lower or higher than that. Let's see here. So yeah, every higher level of difficulty, you get less ammo, less guns. So that's why you should probably not play on hard because you actually almost don't get any ammo anymore. You just get very rare moments of ammo and equipment to make, as example, med kits or knives. So yeah, I don't really recommend playing on hard for the reason that you don't get a lot of equipment and guns or ammo in that difficulty. Let's see here. So yeah, when you don't have ammo, it's kind of hard to survive, and at the same time, it kind of makes it, for me at least, it makes it more, well, not exactly fun, but more challenging to on hard, so you don't have a lot of ammo. But I think if I played the game on hard first time instead of normal, I would have probably liked it less than I like it right now. Because of getting frustrated of getting killed sometimes when I don't have ammo. Let's see here. So obviously, as I said before, I'm not playing on Survivor Plus. It's not that hard. It's actually quite possible. It's just you gotta try and use your guns as less as possible. Just uh, keep your ammo for the moments when you really need them. So, because obviously when you play the game the first time, you already kind of know where things are, where the strong enemies are, where the big waves are. So you want to keep your ammo from those moments so you can use your ammo at that time. Let's see here. If you don't have ammo, it's not a very big deal, but it's kind of hard then. But if you don't have ammo, you can always use your fists and go close and personal, or you can use bricks which are laying on the floor, or empty glass bottles, or even melee weapons from enemies. So yeah, it's not really a big deal if you don't have a lot of ammo, but or if you don't have ammo, sorry, if you don't have ammo, but it's gonna be a little bit hard then, because of getting when you get into close quarters, you kind of have more you get hit easier, so you can actually get more wounded and shit, you know. But whatever, I mean, it's possible, fairly possible. Let's see here. Um, so yeah, killing one person in the game is yeah, it's kind of not really challenging, but how do you say it? You know, you feel rewarded when you kill one person, only one person, very stealthy. That is. It's not like in other games when you just kill a whole wave of enemies and you still don't feel like you have actually accomplished something big. Well, in The Last of Us, usually one or two kills actually already feel rewarding. So that's a really cool thing I like about the game. Um, uh, yeah, killing one person obviously takes a lot of planning and a lot of patience for if you want to do it stealthy. So if you don't, well, actually, if you have not got a lot of patience in games, I still think The Last of Us is quite good actually for you, even though you don't have a lot of patience. You can get used to The Last of Us in the patience way because of all the rewarding kills you get every time. It's just you kind of you when you play the game, uh, your survivor's instinct kind of jumps in, and you don't really think about how long things take anymore. You just uh, don't want to be seen, you know. So you take all your time to plan everything and attack when you get the chance to do that without being seen. And yeah, so that's a really cool thing I like about The Last of Us. You plan things, get a lot. You have to have a lot of patience for the right moment to strike, and when you strike, you have to do it really quickly. You don't want to mess up. That's actually really cool about this whole game. Just simple as that. Not many games can make you just going back to that survivor's instinct. Not many games have achieved that to me, like that I would get my survivor's instinct and not really care about how long things are gonna take for me, you know. So yeah, that's really cool about this game actually. So let's talk a little bit about the enemies here. You have two kinds of enemies. You have humans and you have zombies. Both behave in very different ways. Humans prefer to stay alive and usually don't rush towards you unless they have close quarter weapons or melee weapons. When you kill a human stealthily, and another enemy sees the dead body but doesn't see you, he will slowly and cautiously move towards that body, and when he gets there, he looks at the body to make sure if the person is dead or alive. After checking if he's dead or alive, usually, actually always, he's dead. So he tells his companions in the room to there's a man down and they should stay more cautious and spread out and look for who killed this guy, you know. But even if they notice that that body, it's not a really big deal because when they spread out, you can take them one at a time, you know, so without being seen as well. So when you take when they spread out, they go. Yes, they simply spread out, so you can take one at a time. So uh, I'm not really sure if that's good tactic of those humans, but at the same time, it kind of is. But whatever, because when one of the humans when they see you, they call the others to come onto that same area, and then you are pretty much screwed because um, they will just start flanking you and simply run in and just try to suppress you at the same time. So yeah, it's pretty awesome, you know. Like the whole AI of the humans is really smart and intelligent. That's actually the same thing, smart and intelligent, but whatever. So that's a really cool thing I noticed during the whole during playing while playing the game, that the AI of the humans is really smart. I mean, it's pretty awesome, actually. Uh, let's see here. Uh, One cool thing about that I noticed about humans is that they stay away further when they see you have a gun in your hand. They don't want to risk their lives by running into it. They just stay away a little bit and try to shoot you from a distance. You know. Obviously, when they don't see a gun in your hand, they think you don't have a gun, so they run right at you and they just go in close quarters and fucking shoot you right in the face and punch you with fucking fists and melee things and everything. So yeah, it's well, obviously they don't all attack at the same time, but usually they go one at a time, or one of them flanks you, and then when the guy has flanked you and grabs you from behind, the another guy comes into the same room and starts shooting at you. So the AI is really cooperating with each other. You know, that's really sweet about the AI as well. That just shows how intelligent it really is. Um, so yeah, the AI kind of looks human-like. It's not like they are bots controlled to kill. You know, they really make you feel like they are humans, actual humans. So that's really awesome about that AI thing. Uh, the AI also shows emotion when you are in a when you are in a battle or being stealthy. For example, when you have one or two humans left in one room after killing several enemies silently, you will hear them talk to each other and then to themselves, kind of with fear, you know, like they're not really sure about how if they're going to survive this anymore because all of their buddies have been killed and shit, you know. Also, when you hit someone a few times until the person drops to the floor because he's almost dead, and then pull out a gun, that person, the AI, will beg you to not shoot him anymore, to let him survive. You know, obviously, when you don't aim at the person anymore, he will come up and hit you again. So, yeah. So those are just a few examples of how good the AI in this game actually is, how smart it is, and how it reacts to certain things. You know. So, enough about the humans. Let's talk about the zombies. They are obviously a completely different story. There's 4 kinds of zombies. I don't want to spoil too much about all of those kinds, so not gonna talk about a lot about them. I'm just gonna explain their behavior and what kind of attacks they have. Uh, so yeah, I guess I'm not gonna talk about it too much because I wanna. Because it would really be the best if you find it out yourself how to beat them the best way. Um, so yeah, I'll only explain their behavior. That's all about that. That's nothing more about it. So, as I said, 4 kinds of zombies. First kind is obviously the weakest, but also the fastest. they will sprint towards you as much as they can to try and hit you because they don't have any guns, so they can only come in close to you and punch you in the face and bite you and all that shit. Or well, try to bite you at least. Let's see here. One of those zombies at a time, not a big deal. A big group of those guys, pretty big deal, obviously. Always, a big group is obviously a bigger deal than one at a time. So yeah, when they come into a group, you usually can't punch them around or because they all attack at the same time. So you gotta use your guns, and well, they pretty much drain your ammo because of that. Because you usually almost, well, not almost, but they you almost, yeah, well, whatever, you almost run out of ammo while trying to defeat a group of those zombies. Let's see here. Is that all about what I can do? Or what I can say here? Yeah, I'm not gonna talk more about them. So anyway, the second kind is just like the first kind, just a little bit more developed and a little bit more intelligent. So yeah, their behavior simply, they won't run straight for you because they don't want to. When they see you are aiming at them, they will try to evade and go into like a side room and then wait a little moment to see what you're going to do. Let's see here. So yeah, when they wait, they either stay there a little longer. Hold on. When they hide, because they see you have a weapon in your hands, they will usually wait for you to come closer to them. So they will actually just lure you out of your comfort zone. So when you get close enough, they will suddenly jump out of their hiding spot and just try to grab you and hit you. And yeah, they're not too hard to beat actually, but just their smart AI kind of makes it hard to kill them at the same time. I don't know. The second kind is actually not. It's actually quite rare. Actually, I haven't seen a lot of those things. Only in a few moments in the game I actually saw those things in action. You know. So let's see here. Well, I think it's a good thing that they don't appear in the game too often, because when they do appear in the game, they're usually like with 3 or 4 of them, but they don't attack at the same time, you know. So they only attack 1 or 2 at a time. But I guess if they would be more in the game, it will probably be more groups and more at the time at attacking you. So that then they will be quite a pain to defeat. But right now, I think it's pretty balanced with those guys. I mean, they're not too not too weak, but not too strong either. So if you play it out a little smart, you won't get hit by them too often. So yeah, they're not too bad at all. They're pretty easy to defeat. Let's see here. So the third kind is by far the most annoying one. The third kind is blind, but can hear you very well when you walk around. They're kind of like bats, you know. They listen to the sound and then guess where you are, you know, in the dark at least. Well, not guess, they know exactly where you are because they can hear you very well. Let's see here. So yeah, the third kind is quite powerful. You need a lot of ammo for the, no, not a lot, but quite. You need more ammo than the first 2 kinds for them to actually die. So hold on. I just gotta figure out. Hold on. What should I do here? Well, anyway, when you get into a fight with those guys, you'll usually find at least 2 or 3 of them, maybe even more. I mean, well, yeah, usually there's not a lot more of those, but maybe 2 or 3 or 4 of them at the same time. Um, when they get too close to you, they will just one shot kill you. I mean, you can't. Well, you can stop them. You can do it, but they need to upgrade for your knife, so that when they grab you, you can stab them in the neck, and they won't grab you, and they will just go away for a moment, so you can run away. But they won't die because of that melee attack. So yeah. Anyway, that pretty much shows how strong they are. But when you sneak up behind them, very silently, when you sneak up behind them and stab them with a knife, they die one shot. So when they don't expect it, they die one shot. When they do expect it, they don't die one shot. That's as simple as that is. It's best to just avoid battling those guys. I mean, they are just too powerful to take all at once, you know. Because usually, when you do encounter those guys, there's quite a few of them. So, yeah, just best to avoid contact at all with those things. Yeah, so I have pretty much been killed the most by that kind, by the way. So yeah, whatever. I mean, they're just powerful, but I don't think they're overpowered at all. They're not overpowered. They're just powerful, because yeah, obviously that's the third of 4 kinds. So it's reasonable why they are so powerful. So yeah, the fourth kind is pretty much beast mode. I mean, I'm not gonna spoil anything more about it. Just fourth kind is absolutely a beast. All I'm gonna say about it, beast. You can just go ahead and figure it out yourself. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's better to find out yourself how to beat those things. But they are not very. They don't appear very often, so you don't have to worry about them a lot. So anyway, enough about the enemies and shit. I think the magic of the single player is that you feel connected to Joel and Ellie. You know. Also, the way Joel and Ellie connect to each other is very cool to see throughout the game. They both kind of change their personalities throughout the whole game. Because actually, Joel becomes less serious about things. He can joke around a little bit more with Ellie, but Ellie on the same time starts to kind of understand what this whole survival thing is about, and so you can just see right here, as I'm saying right now, that they're changing their personalities throughout the game. But that's all I'm gonna spoil about it. Not anymore. So yeah, now I kind of do understand why not all of them, but most of the reviewers gave The Last of Us a 10 out of 10. I mean, this game is absolutely amazing. The gameplay, the graphics, the story, they're all of AAA quality. I mean, nothing is bad about it. Everything is just perfect. Everything that it does is perfect. I still can't believe that the PlayStation 3 can actually support the amazing graphics of this game. I mean, in combination with the super smart AI. I mean, I didn't expect this to be possible on the PlayStation 3, but here you go. It's still possible. So, whatever. I mean, it shows what a game developer can make when they actually put some time into the game. Because I believe this game took about maybe, I think, 3 years maybe or something. 3 years to make, or 4 years, I'm not sure. 3 years, I believe, to make. So yeah, the developers obviously gave a lot of time to this game, and now obviously this game is amazing because of that time they put into it. So yeah, this is probably the best looking PlayStation 3 game I've on this on the console so far. The Last of Us, in my opinion, has a big chance of becoming the Game of the Year 2013. I actually hope it becomes the Game of the Year 2013. Even with GTA 5 later on, I don't think GTA 5 will be as good as people are anticipating it. Sadly, obviously the game will be really good, I think, but not as good as people are expecting it. But whatever, we'll just see. So yeah, The Last of Us, I hope it becomes Game of the Year 2013. It really deserves being Game of the Year 2013. So yeah, if you still haven't bought the game, I really, really recommend that you do it, because this is absolutely probably the best game you'll ever play. Not exaggerating, this is probably going to be the best game you'll ever play on the PlayStation 3. It's simply worth every cent that you pay for it. So yeah, that's all for now. I've pretty much shared my experiences and impressions with the single player of the Last of Us. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will hopefully do a multiplayer impressions video as well, sooner or later, as soon as I get more into the multiplayer, because right now I haven't even touched the multiplayer for a second, as I said before. So well, I'm not sure exactly when I'll do the multiplayer impressions video, but whatever, I'll do it as soon as possible, as soon as I kind of get the feeling of what this whole multiplayer thing is about, how it works and shit. I'll definitely do impressions video about that too. So yeah, so stay tuned for more, guys. Later.